Hello everyone, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like shopping? Yes? When you go shopping, every time when you check out, do you spend some extra money like 10 cents to purchase one or more plastic bag to carry your stuff? I believe most of people do that. But in fact, this is not a good habit because most of plastic bag cannot be recycled again and it can be cause the wide pollutions. You maybe said on the plastic bag label it says made from the recycled material. Well, although it is recyclable, when people dispose this trash on the landfill, it still takes a long time to decompose this chemical component. It takes about 20 years or up to 500 years. Again, 500 years to decompose this trash completely by the soil. However, this is just an example. There are more issues and problems we have to solve in order to protect our environment. Today, I'm going to talk about the issues we have in our environment. And also, I will talk about the importance of protecting the environment. Hope I can convince you to take the action. I'm qualified to talk about this since I already do a lot of research study. First, I'm going to talk about the problems we have in our environment. Second, I will explain how this pollution were created. Finally, I will offer some suggestions we need to take in order to solve this problem. Now, let's move to our today's topic. First, let me talk about something about the pollution. I believe you guys have already heard about the coronavirus. This virus is very dangerous and contagious, and it can spread easily within the air. Nowadays, all of us are in quarantine and stay at home as long as possible. And can you imagine if your outside area has a very bad air quality? I want to ask you this. Do you have the courage to open that window to exchange the air from the outside? Of course not. So, protect the environment is extremely important. Here's the study what I found in New York Times. In Washington, coronavirus patients in area that have high level air pollution before the pandemic are more likely to die from the infection than the patient in the cleaner parts of the country. So we should realize that keeping our air quality in a good way is very helpful for reducing the mortality rate of COVID-19. Let's talk about the water crisis and pollution. Do you guys know that our drinkable water sources are finite? Less than 1% of the Earth's fresh water is actually accessible to us. If we don't take the action to save the water, in the future, one day, that last drop of water will become our last drop of tears. Therefore, saving water is important. According to the ABC News, I realized that every year, 8 million metric tons of plastic enter the ocean. According to a 2016 study published by World Economic Forum, this equal to a garbage truck full of plastic being dumped into the ocean every minute. If the trend doesn't stop, that number could increase to 4 dump truck plastic enter the ocean every minute, the study predicted. As I just said, our environment pollution is become more and more serious. Now, we have to solve. But before we solve, let's explore how this pollution form and how they are being created. Here's the reason for air pollution. If you saw the TV news before, air pollution should look like a smokestack billowing black cloud into the sky, but this pollution comes in many forms. The burning of fossil fuel in both energy plant and vehicles release massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the sky, causing the climate change. Industrial process also produce particulate matter such as sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and other noxious gases. Some of these chemicals, when released into the air, can lead to the smog and acid rain. Finally, it can cause the climate change. Here's the reason for water pollution. Water pollution can be used in many different ways. One of the most polluting being the city sewage and industrial waste discharge. Indirect source of water pollution include contaminated enter the water supply from the soil or groundwater system and from the atmosphere by rain. Besides that, water pollution can also be caused by plastic bag. According to the report from ABC News, the mass production of plastic emerged in the 1950s and has contributed to grow exponentially ever since. And almost all of the plastic has been made is still with us here today. The material never completely decomposes, but rather break down into smaller particles that continue to stay around the Earth. Now, I have already explained the main reason that caused this problem. Next, I will provide some solutions for that. Here's the simple things you can do to protect the environment if you drive a car. First of all, don't top off your gas tank. Overfilling causes spill that release some toxic chemical into the air. Second, if you like driving car before, try to ride a bicycle or take a bus instead. I know it's hard, but at least try half and half. Maybe you can do it. What you can do at your home. Here's what you can do. You can try to plant a tree in your yard. Since the tree can provide food and oxygen, they can save energy, clean the air, help to recover the climate back to the normal. Here's the way to about save water and clean the water. Remember, the less water you use, the less runoff and wastewater that eventually end up into the ocean. So try to save water when you use it. Here's my suggestion. You turn off the faucet when you brush your teeth. Or if you have dishwasher, try to do the dishes. Not do the dishes until they have a full load. Please be smart. It can not only save your money, but also can save the world. First, let's talk about keep the water clean. First, you can use less fertilizer on your lawn. When it rains, excess fertilizer runs off into the storm sewer and pollutes streams. It will end up contaminating the water. Second, try to buy less plastic bag and try to bring a reusable shopping bag, like a cloth bag. The less plastic bag you use, the less plastic trash on the ocean. Now, I have already explained the solutions we can take to save our environment. I'm now going to wrap up my argument. In conclusion, environment pollution is a serious problem that we need to solve. If we don't take the action, our available air, trees, water will become less and less, and finally they will disappear. If you wait until that day, it is too late. I hope my lecture has convinced you to take the action, right? Oh, so let's save the earth and heal the world. To save this planet, if it needs all of us to take the action. If just one person, only me, I can do it. But we can do it. You know what? If you take the action right now, I believe this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And there's ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. Thank you.